Martine's great-grandmother Yaga was enslaved, but remained on African soil. On the beach at Ouida is a memorial. It bears witness to the fate of thousands of prisoners that the warrior women captured by order of the kings to be sold to Europeans into the transatlantic slave trade.
It was very emotional, very overwhelming to consider that side of the story, you know. We've heard a lot about the valor of the Agojie, how unstoppable they were, but until now I hadn't really heard the other side of the story, you know. It came down from this historic, almost like glorious remembrance to just the hard, brutal truth.
Folks, I didn't discover this till recently, but apparently Lupita Nyong'o initially agreed to play the co-leading role in The Woman King. She was supposed to play Nawi, who is the daughter of General Naniska, the Viola Davis character, which eventually went to Thuso Mabedo, but for reasons unknown, she pulled out. But I can't understand, or nobody knows why she pulled out. I was able to find plenty of articles going back to 2018, noting her agreement to play the role, and I found a couple of articles afterwards announcing that she pulled out, but nothing to explain why. What I was able to find was a documentary she did back in 2019 about the Dahomey Kingdom and the Agoji warriors. That's where she learned the true history of who they were. In the video, she cries when she learns that the Agoji were not the iconic freedom fighters they were idolized for being. According to legend, they fought against European colonialism. And they did do that, but for the most part, they were slave traders who continued the practice long after it was prohibited in the West. And when they couldn't sell slaves to Europe any longer, they continued selling them to neighboring countries. Lupita even interviewed an elderly lady who was the granddaughter of a woman who was sold by the Agoji. And when she learned about what they did to her family, she broke out in tears. And it was shortly after that documentary that she pulled out of the Woman King project. Again, I don't know the specifics as to why she pulled out. She never made a statement officially. But if it's because of what she learned while doing that documentary, while learning their true history, I commend her for showing integrity. Because Lupita has based her career on honoring the culture. She won an Oscar for her role in 12 Years a Slave, and she did a good job in Black Panther. It would have been foolish of her, after doing those two projects, to turn around and make a film romanticizing slave traders. So I commend her for learning more about the role before agreeing to do it. I love the fact that she put integrity over money, and she should be applauded for it. This entire ordeal increases my respect for her, but it also deepens my lack of respect for Viola Davis, because Lupita is a Kenyan woman raised in the Western world. She was born and raised in Mexico. She's black, but her ancestors are not from the slave coast of Africa. She's not a descendant of slaves. So she's not ADOS, an American descendant of slaves, FBA, a foundational Black American. Because her people have always been free, yet she recognizes the horrors of slavery, so much so that she ran from the role, allegedly. But Viola Davis is all of those things. She is ADOS FBA. She is an American descendant of slaves, meaning her people, like mine, were sold into slavery on the coast of Africa. She's from South Carolina. She should know better, and money is no excuse. Davis is well established, more established than Nyong'o. Long before Nyong'o got her role in Black Panther, Davis won an Oscar for her role in The Help, so she's rolling in cash. And speaking of The Help, Viola Davis now says she regrets taking the role. 10 years after winning an Oscar for her character, she now says, due to the marginalization of Black maids and its white savior narrative, she regrets taking the job. She also added that it felt like she portrayed herself and her people meaning us, Black people. But when it comes to The Woman King, the only thing she has to say is, you can't win an argument with people on Twitter. This is in response to the Black people who are now boycotting the film. The Black people, she said, she betrayed by taking the role in The Help. So in other words, she's saying, hey, I cashed my check, I don't care. And see, that's fascinating to me, how someone outside of the ADOS FBA community, like Lupita Nyong'o, could have more sense than someone from it, like Viola Davis. But it's Hollywood, and as they say, everybody has a price. Apparently. That's all I wanted to say about it. If you like this video, please give it a like and leave a comment in the comment section. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe and turn on that notification bell. That way you'll get alerts every time I upload new content. This is The Layman's Journal. Thanks for stopping by. I'm out.